So I recently put out a video saying that I believe that Baker Mayfield is done in Cleveland. And I got laughed at, I got called ignorant, I got called an idiot. People say, how can you say that? Baker took the Browns to the playoffs. All this stupid crap. And guess what? Report coming out today, Baker Mayfield and his camp would consider requesting a trade if the team doesn't build around his strengths and improve play calling during this offseason. Okay, first of all, Baker Mayfield is absolutely delusional if he genuinely believes that this team has not built towards his strengths. I'm old enough to remember when the Browns had a terrible offensive line in 2019. What did Andrew Berry do? He went out and got Jack Conklin, drafted Jedrick Wills. Wyatt Teller turned into a great offensive lineman, right guard for the Browns. So yeah, the offensive line was fixed. That seems like it would help Baker. Now I know it wasn't great against the Steelers, but still, we're talking big picture here. So that's one thing. Let's look at the other thing here. The Cleveland Browns spent $40 million on one Austin Hooper to join David Njoku. They drafted Harrison Bryant, who is a talented tight end coming out of FAU, small school. I forget what the tight end of the year, whatever in college is called. I forget what it is. But anyway, he won that. So the Browns have built towards the tight end room. I'm old enough to remember when Baker Mayfield played in college and he used his tight ends a lot. Seems interesting to me. I'm old enough to remember in 2018 when John Dorsey, before they drafted Baker Mayfield, traded for one Jarvis Landry. I'm old enough to remember when in 2019 the Cleveland Browns, or 2018, whatever it was, traded for one Odell Beckham Jr. and gave up a lot to get him in hopes that their quarterback was going to be able to work with him and this offense could get going and Baker could turn into the guy we drafted him to be. I'm also old enough to remember when the Browns have gone through multiple different coaches. They hired Freddie Kitchens because they thought, Baker likes him. He's going to be the guy to get Baker to the next step, because after Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson were fired, all of a sudden things started working, and Freddie Kitchens was supposed to be calling plays, even though it was Kansas Peasy, but whatever. Yeah, and then I'm old enough to remember, because of 2019, when Baker sucked, they hired Kevin Stefanski. So in the 4-year career that Baker Mayfield has been in Cleveland, it has been nothing but crying, moaning, complaining. Baker Mayfield is absolutely delusional, and I have been complaining about this wide receiver room. So before people come out and say, oh, he has no receivers, I've been complaining about that. Okay, I have. I think Anthony Schwartz was a wasted pick. The Browns haven't really done a whole lot this season with the wide receiver room. But Baker, you had Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, a great offensive line. What more do you think you need? What more does the Cleveland Browns as an organization have to do to get you to play decent? Because Baker, you suck. You're horrible. You're not even watchable. You're an embarrassment to the Browns. The Browns have had how many bad quarterbacks in my lifetime throughout the history of the Browns? And guess what? You're the most disappointing one, because you're the one who said, I'm going to turn it around. And before everybody comes out and says, oh, well, he did. He took the Browns to the playoffs. That same old crap. No, Baker Mayfield was carried into the playoffs. Now, did he have a good year in 2020? Yes, he did. Baker was good enough for this offense to be executed. This is the problem. You ask the question, why is Baker Mayfield why is he playing so bad right now? It's because not even the team around him can carry him. And I understand play calling hasn't been great, but you don't think that Kevin Stefanski is a little bit limited by how bad the quarterback is? Baker Mayfield is done in Cleveland. I'm tired of the excuses. All you Baker fanboys who are bigger fans of Baker Mayfield than you are of the Cleveland Browns, get out. Go follow him to Washington. Go follow him to Houston, to New Orleans, to Denver, wherever he goes. Baker Mayfield is done in Cleveland. He will not be the starter next year. I don't think he will even be on the team next year. Baker's done. Kevin Stefanski did everything he could to make this work. Andrew Berry did everything he could to make this work. John Dorsey did everything he could to make it work, and it hasn't. You know what? It's because of Baker Mayfield. It's not because of anybody else. It's not because of the fans. It's not because of the organization. It's Baker Mayfield. And you know what? If he thinks that the Cleveland Browns hasn't done enough for him, good luck. Good luck going forward when you're on the Houston Texans or you're on the Washington football team. You can go to a team who's got weapons, like Washington and Terry McLaurin, but guess what, Baker? You're still not going to be able to hit them because I've got how many examples of guys being wide open in front of you and you blatantly do not throw the ball to them. You can't read defenses. You're terrified. You're short, first of all. That's a problem. You can't pass from the pocket anymore. You have the most batted down balls I've ever seen in my life. You got the most interceptions of any quarterback since you've been in the NFL. Baker Mayfield is a joke. It's over. It's done. I was listening to a New York Giants / Jets, whatever it is, radio station, and they were talking about Baker Mayfield. The one guy was saying, yeah, he's the guy. He's got the personality. He's got, whatever, the arm strength. It's done. Baker Mayfield is going to go to some other team, and unless that team is Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints, I see him having a short career in the NFL. He's going to be a career backup. He's going to bounce around the league, and then he'll be out of it. People have been saying he's Johnny Manziel. I think he's better than Johnny Manziel. And Baker does have a couple talents. But you know what? What's causing him to suck is what's in his head. He can't get out of his own head. He's not smart enough to play quarterback in the NFL. And unless you have somebody like a Sean Payton who forces him to play a specific way, I don't see it working. I see him being out of the league soon. Sorry, all you Baker fanboys who think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's done. It's over. This report, where there's smoke, there's fire. First of all, you can tell by the press conferences. And then this stuff comes out, and you think Baker's going to be here next year? Are you crazy? He's done. Quit crying and accept it. He's not the guy for the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're going to draft somebody, sign somebody, trade for somebody. I don't have the answers. I'm not Andrew Berry. But I can tell you one thing. He's a smart guy. I trust him the most. I trust Andrew Berry more than I've trusted any GM that I think I've ever seen in control for the Browns. And no, I don't trust Kevin Stefanski completely yet. To me, he's got a lot to prove. But I do think he's been handcuffed by Baker a little bit. And yeah, injuries, I got it. Yes, I understand how Baker throws and how he throws his body into it because he's short and everything. And I understand the shoulder affects him. But you know what? Your injuries doesn't affect you when you don't want to throw the football to somebody who's wide open 5-10 yards in front of you, and you take sacks. It really amazes me. It amazes me how some people can continue to believe his BS and try to tell yourself that this is going to work and he's going to be the guy. It's over. He's not going to be on the team next year. He's not. And I've been saying it. I don't care what anybody says to criticize me. I'm going to keep saying it. Baker Mayfield is done. It's over. So anyway, with that being said, what do you think about this report? Again, let me read it one more time. Baker Mayfield and his camp would consider requesting a trade if the team doesn't build around his strengths and improve play calling during the offseason. Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next one. Bye.